to Maize Harvest 23, and they're cracking on with it now. I think probably 2/3 of it are probably in the actual plant. It's not as green as some years. I'm looking at the maize and I'm thinking it's actually quite dry, but that's not a bad thing. Stalky stuff like that, so they're not really going to digest that. That's very stalky. What you're looking for are the maize, the bits of maize in it that are being flaked up. And they've been sort of cracked open. You can see the maize kernels there, they're cracked open so the cows can digest it. So we're not going to fill this clamp right up, are we? We're going to be there. It's not as full as I thought it'd be, but we haven't finished yet. We'll see. So, well, it's lunchtime now. I'm going to have a bit of lunch in a minute. Oh, neighbour's got a hell of a bonfire going on over there. I don't know what they're burning up over there. I don't think you can see the smoke through. Coming through there. That's in someone's garden, I think. But yeah, we're gonna be done by 3 o'clock. Poor old Harry's not going to see any of this. He's just basically rolling the clamp now. Well, we're going on well now. I'm going to nip in for my lunch now. We'll be back. Whether they finish by lunchtime or not, I don't know. By the time I finish my lunch, or whether they'll still carry on. I've got to try and fit in the milk before we even think about putting the sheet on the tank. But for now, it's a good job. Oh. Well, they've stopped for a bit of lunch, and I'm told, believe it or not, we've only got half a trailer load left in the field now. I just rang up Ed, I finished my lunch, come back to have a look. So we're pretty well spot on this. Look at this. They filled it a bit more since I came out last time. I've asked them to push it up a little bit more here, but hell of a crop, isn't it? Good crop, well, for us anyway. It's just what we need, just right. It's nice to see a lot in the clamp. We don't have any worries with this at all. So filled to a nice height, not too high. I didn't want too high. Still a bit of room at the front there. I can park a tractor in front of there, which is good. If you push it up a bit more, he's got to finish off yet. He'll be back later. So I think there might be half a load in. I'm going to get the cows now. Or we can have a look at this later. Isn't that a lovely machine? Size of that. I was saying to him, I can remember when we started silage making here, my father had a buck rate on the back of a 135, and that was about 1979. Look what we've come to now. Look at that for a piece of machinery now, compared with what these old boys did 40, 50 years ago. It's incredible. You got to admire the guys who made silage 40 years ago. They wouldn't have got it all in one day. That's the difference, you see. Is now you tend to get machines like they've got, it's all in the clamp in one day, whereas 40 years ago you might have, well, not maize so much, because maize wasn't made then really, but grass silage traditionally would have probably taken 2 or 3 weeks to make it to get in the clamp, whereas now we look at one day and think that's got to be in there in one day. It's amazing. But yeah, so we'll have a look at this again later. I'm sure Harry will be around to inspect it. Last load in. So that's the last load in, part load. I'm just going to get the cows along now. Bit of a tag game. They come in on the patch gate there. We call it the patch gate, and that is the gate that I leave open for them. So because it's out on the road, I couldn't leave it open and let get the cows. But now I'll get the cows in. I guess they'll carry on rolling the clamp for a little bit longer, and they're off to do another farm now up the road there. The forage is off, so it's just down for us to put the sheet on later tonight. Come on in, come on, come on. Well, they're all stood in the field anyway. Go on in. Go on. Go on in. Go on. Go on in. Go on. Right. So they're in this far field. We call it the new ground. They don't like the grass in here very much. It's gone, to be honest, it's gone a little bit past its best. It's a bit stale. The grass in the other fields they're going to be going on next is a lot nicer. This has gone a bit leggy, and I think it's probably like, if I put out sandwiches out in front of you that were a little bit stale, you'd eat them if you were hungry, but you wouldn't really want to eat them. Well, I think this feels probably like that down there. But they've got another 2 days there. There's none out here, you see. 2 days there, and then they're back on another field, which is like having a fresh buffet of sandwiches. It's the field we put new grass seed on last year, and the grass there is like spring grass. It's lovely, so they'll be glad to get on there. But you know what it's like, you know, especially if you've got kids, you know, finish your tea before you get your pudding. Well, it's a bit like that here. If you know, they've got to finish that up first because it's older. Right, go on in, go on in, up, 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 up. Come on, come on in, come on. Come on! Hey! Come on! So I gotta get this milking done. I gotta go and get the mud off the road, the little bit of mud that's on the road, and then we'll be back for maybe a bit of rolling, but if they're still doing that, and a bit of sheeting. Let's get get these girls in though first. Go on. Come on. Come on. Go on, Lee. Come on. Come on. Nice lot of round bells over there. It's been a good year in the end. In the end, it's been a good year for forage really, compared with what I thought it was going to be like. We got enough silage, we got enough straw, hay. Well, no, we haven't got quite enough hay, but I think we'll be alright. TB testing these tomorrow. Checking for results. I'm not looking too hard. The lumps are on the right hand side of their neck, so I can't see them from this side. But Jack said to me yesterday, he said, oh, do you check the cows for the lumps? And to be honest, I don't like to look really, because I kind of think tempting fate to look, aren't you? And we'll know tomorrow. So fingers crossed, you're watching this video. By the time you watch this video, I'll know whether we've had TB or not. Right. Go on, girl. Oh dear. I don't know. I feel very tired. I mean, well, I got up at 5 this morning. I think it's this time of year, isn't it? Once you lose the sunshine, it makes you more tired, or it does with me. Right, anyway, let's get going. Right, let's go and scrape that mud off the ground, off the road. Right, final bit with the shovel, I guess. Ooh, and that's why I've just done it. Look, I think some cyclists just went by. Look at the rubbish dumped in this gateway. So, look, some cyclists just gone by. A little bit, so I used the bucket and scraped the worst of it off there. A little bit more there to move. Dangerous bloody road. Look here. And like I said, look, Lucasade, Robinson's. People either dump rubbish in the gateways or they flip and chuck it in the hedge. Oh, look at this. Right, I'm going to put this camera down. It's not for me to film this while I'm doing this. Take my life in my own hands doing this, but, you know, better than having an accident, isn't it? You know, all these little jobs you don't realise that you have to do after just to harvest, because you just don't want to take the risk of having an accident. Oh, that's better. I got the main bit of it off. Look, there's a little bit up there, but 90% of it's gone. Just going to go along to the other field now and clear the other one. That's it then. Maize harvest done, look. Look at that, nothing left out here. Still pretty dry. That ground's quite firm. I think we really struck lucky with the weather. Look at that behind me, a big cloud. Forecast is for it to rain tonight. I think it's all right Thursday, and then Friday's supposed to be chucking it down again. We dodged a bullet. We got this in just in time, because you know what October's like. It can be really dodgy, can't it? It can be wet. It can, and once it starts raining, it can just keep going into winter. And we, like I said before, we've had a very funny sort of autumn time, very warm early in October, and it's kept the ground pretty firm. So they haven't made a mess. There's no ruts. I mean, I've known years, a couple of years ago, where they got the foragers stuck in places, not on our farm but other farms, and they've had to pull it out. They've had to pull trailers out. And I believe, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? You only really think about yourself, but I believe up north they've had horrendous rain. In Scotland, I've seen a video with some poor farmer chap's bales floating out to sea in the river, but we've just dodged it. The rain band went across just north of us, so we dodged the rain. And look at it. It's surprising this year, not many cobs on the ground. Some years I come out here and I can pick up quite a few, but I really can't see any. I'm not sure why that is. Oh, there's one. Look, that's it. Well, it's only there because that's a plant that's gone down. I would say I'll take this in for the chickens, but I haven't updated on the chickens. We haven't got any chickens anymore. Sadly, the last one died recently. I didn't do an update on it. I kind of left it because I was just distracted by everything else that's been going on. But so the chicken coop is empty, which is a shame, because I'm going to have my full English breakfast with sausages and bacon, which I've had made from our pigs, and I could have done it with our own eggs, but that will have to wait, because we are going to get some chickens next year. We're going to hatch some in the spring, so we're going to have oh, it's a mushroom. I mean, fancy eating that one, looks a bit manky. We are going to have some chickens next year. We're going to hatch. So you know what it's like with this channel, you never know what to expect. Something's always coming along. I've got plans for chickens next year, hatch some eggs. We'll see how that goes. Nice little project for the boys and me to do. So no chickens at the moment, so no point in me saving a lot of corn for them. But anyway, I'm going to go on in, get back. We've got to roll, well, I've got to roll the clamp, they're doing that, but I've got to sheet the clamp later tonight. The boys will be around for that. Let's get on back. Cracking on. You keep saying that. Don't forget to buy a Funky Farmer calendar from richardcornock.co.uk. Support our family farm. Everything you buy will help to me keep my life going, and also it will be used on an early spring project which will benefit some people who follow my channel. Okay, cheers. And there she blows. Last of the maize in the clamp. Just got to put the sheet on now. A little bit of tidying up to do on the front. Not a bad crop though, is it, eh? Just got to hoik that bit out there with a shovel, I think. Push it up onto here. No point wasting that. Wow, glad to have that in the clamp. I was saying to someone earlier, do you know what? The whole thing about this little thing is always the relief of it's in the clamp. Stood in the field's all right. I'm not worried about being stood in the field. In the clamp it's all right. I'm not worried about being in the clamp. It's that in between, the day you get it in. Is it going to be wet? How muddy is it going to be? You know. But it's in now. Happy days. Happy days. Just looking forward to winter. You're on camera. I just set up, mate. You've missed it.
All of it.
All of it. Sorry, mate. Again. Don't worry, there'll be a time when you'll be doing it yourself. And I'll watch you.
What do you mean?
Well, you can be helping out and I'll be retired. How was school?
Fine.
Any dance today?
No.
You're lucky, aren't you? What were you doing today?
Maths, English, IT,
English isn't your favourite,
German, and something else I can't remember. Oh, and geography.
Oh, what was the best one?
Probably IT.
What was the worst
Creating
one?
a game,
Oh, that's
and I
nice.
get to sit next to my mate.
Oh, that's good. What was the worst one?
English.
Oh.
Writing a story.
Oh, nice. You can write a story about maize harvest.
No. Has to be something dystopian.
What's dystopian? I don't even know what that means.
Like an apocalypse. Or
Oh my
something
goodness!
Like...
Well, apocalypse in a maize field, like it rained for 40 days and all the
No, it has to be something like zombies, like
zombies in a
something
maize
like
field.
the end of the world or something.
End
like
of the
that.
world, last maize harvest before the doom of the end of the world. How about that?
Like that.
Talk of the end of the world. Look, zombie attack, and look, the military have come. Look, there they are. Look,
Come to rescue.
come to take us away, save us from the zombies. There it is. There's a Chinook. Look at that. Oh well, let's run, Harry. The zombies are coming. In this dystopian
No, I'm
world.
not.
I've learnt a word
I'll
there.
take the 135.
You probably get away quicker than me running.
I should take the McCormick.
Okay.
Quickest.
I'd take the 135.
Sure.
You can squash them with the yard scraper, zombie scraper.
Cut their heads off with a bucket.
Cut the heads off with a bucket. That is true, actually. Cut the zombies' heads off.
Forks.
Hey?
Fork.
Fork. How many zombies could you spike with a
No,
fork?
but you could spear them, then you just and then dump them.
See what I mean? So you got the story sorted. You could have the maize harvest with the zombies. It'd be amazing.
No.
I would do that.
No.
I'd write that. What do you think your teacher would say?
No.
Zombie maize harvest.
Probably wouldn't like it.
Anyway, it's not rained. We've got this in.
Yet.
Got to put the sheet on later. You going to help with the sheet?
Yeah.
5 o'clock? All right. You better get out of your school uniform then. All right, thanks, Haz. We'll see you later. You want to say hello to all your fans?
Hello.
Sure, you got loads of fun. I've done loads of video for you for TikTok. Absolutely loads. All right.
Yep.
What's your TikTok called, Harry? People can watch it.
Harry the Legend 10.
Harry the Legend 10. Look up. So we're trying to get Harry the Legend 10 to 10,000. Oh, he's not even looking. We're trying to get. We're trying to get in 10,000 subscribers, aren't we? How many have you got now?
6,100.
6,100. We've got a way to go yet. We're going to do it, Harry. Eventually. Anyway, mate, better go and do your homework.
Got none.
No, yeah.
I don't.
You don't.
No.
Good on you. Anyway, crack on. Well, what a difference a day makes. Blooming weather. Look, we've got a horrible wet day now. So we did the maize yesterday and we're on to TB testing this morning. I just thought I'd come and show you the plant. Look at that, all done. Done last night. It wasn't a difficult job, to be honest. Didn't get any video of that because my brother was out doing it and you know he doesn't like being on film. But there's a little bit of Harry rolling down there, which is really quite funny. So here you go. Hurrah! So there's Hazza rolling down there. He was out helping. So we're on with TB testing today. We'll see how we go with that. I'll tell you what, I'll keep you informed. Stay tuned, 30 seconds. I'll let you know what's happened. There you go. You can tell I'm happy. Good news. We passed the TB test. So we live to fight another day, as they say. So we got another 6 months to go till our next test. It is the drag. I didn't film it. I just couldn't be bothered. I just couldn't face filming another TB test. Even if I film a bit on my phone, it was just like, do you know what? There's no joy in TB testing. It's just a relentless thing you've got to get out of the way. Anyway, I'm happy. Believe it or not, I'm happy. I'm happy. So crack on. The maize is in. The cattle have passed the test. That's a good result for today. Anyway, see you on the next video. Pig is at the butcher.